Welcome back to Definitely Not Definitive. I'm Ken.
And I'm Bethany.
We're just a fantastic couple in love that loves reacting to some Fallout.
Yes, we do.
So this is the Storyteller series, Fallout, and we got episode 17 and 18 in season 3. So that is Killed My Pa and the Pullout method. Or no, just Pullout. I gotcha.
You did. You did that off the cuff. I truly believe that you made that flop in real time. Okay. You were... Wow, good job.
Thank you.
Good job.
And because it's Fallout, people.
We have a drink.
Yes, we do.
And after that, I'm going to need it.
This is...
oh,
no,
yeah.
go for it. I didn't know because you
I
had
was going
Bucky.
to say, I'm partially doing it. So that's why mine doesn't look the same as yours.
Stimpack Spritzer, our official Fallout drink. Bethany usually introduces our drinks, but she's got Bucky now, so...
Bucky's got his head asleep on my arm, so I'm a one-armed person at the moment.
Right, cheers.
Cheers.
He woke up with a Stimpack Spritzer, though.
Yeah, he wants to try alcohol. He's not allowed.
I know.
Let's find out what this guy has against the chosen one, is what I call it.
The savior.
Savior, there it is.
Yeah.
I was like, I want to say the chosen one. It's not. I know that's not right.
You are the chosen one.
You're meant to destroy the Sith.
I spent 10 long years trying to find where the Enclave took my paw. Finally found that base, Mariposa. All the trail of lies, treachery, and death that the Chosen One left in his wake. From Redding to Broken Hills, New Reno to Navarro. And it all led me right to my paw's final resting place, the deepest levels of that base. The miners taken from Redding had been forced by the Enclave to dig out the place after the Chosen One's grandfather destroyed it. The place was so full of pre-war mutagenic goo that eventually every one of them poor souls mutated, including my paw. Enclave must have gotten what they were after and cleared out. They
always
wanted to
do.
kill everyone, but soon learned you don't pick a fight with pissed off mutants. They sealed the place behind them with Paw and everyone else from Redding still inside. The Chosen One came along later, blew the place open again, went on a killing spree. They all turned to mutants by that time, including Paw. All that man ever wanted from life was to be a stage magician. Maybe move to Reno or Vegas and do a magic show at one of the casinos. The Chosen One made sure he never got the chance.
Stop talking to me! Leave me alone!
Oh!
So much for that,
This
dude.
here rifle is the only thing I have left to remember him by.
Yeah, but your dad wasn't really your dad at that
I'm
point.
sorry, Junior.
Spent 30 more years on the road chasing after the Chosen One. Up and down, from Frisco to Arroyo, and never caught up to him. Now, thanks to the ranger here, got a chance to kill the Chosen One's grandpappy.
Looks like he's got like a
My father's
Ghostbusters
soul to
trap
rest.
on his gun.
Sorry to interrupt, but I smell bad men. The ones who take dogs away.
Oh my god, look at the little
Mad
part of the
men
gun
who
that
take
was like her
dogs.
nose.
Oh, I thought they had like the little things that are ears. I didn't see the nose. Oh, that?
See the thing
Yeah.
that's like...
against the Republic.
There used to be a tribe called the Hangdogs before the Legion assimilated them. The android we're hunting is probably out of the city by now.
We'll catch it on the road, or when it tries to cross that big river in the middle of the country.
The Mississippi.
All right, storyteller, we get it. There's nothing you don't know. But tell me this, why didn't the Chosen One help them mutants in my paw escape? He could have told them about Broken Hills. But instead, he unleashed hell on them.
Broken Hills?
Broken Hills is the name of a town in California. Well, it was.
I was designed for local law enforcement. I do not have access to maps beyond the 4 states Commonwealth.
California is a big place to the west, and Broken Hills was a mining town before the Great War, back when you were probably just a puppy.
When Junior and Ranger Tanner were just kids, Broken Hills was still a mining town, but a different kind of miner lived there. Places like Gecko and Vault City needed uranium to fuel their nuclear reactors, but humans couldn't mine or process the stuff because uranium is radioactive. So humans and mutants worked together there. The founder and sheriff of Broken Hills was a person named Marcus, who was at least 100 years old back then and is still alive today. Marcus was one of the first-generation super mutants, chosen by the Master's keen eye for his genetic potential. After he mutated, he was just as smart as he'd been before. After the Vault Dweller defeated the Master, his mutant followers were left leaderless, drifting through the wasteland. The brutes rampaged through the land, but the more intelligent ones like Marcus tried to find a new purpose and a use for their genetic gifts. He drifted about the wastes until he ran into a Brotherhood of Steel paladin named Jacob, and the two fought for days in the middle of the desert, with neither gaining the upper hand. They decided to travel together and debate their political views instead of punching each other. And in time, they became unlikely friends. The sight of them was an inspiration to other wanderers. Or maybe people just felt safer in the company of a huge mutant and a guy in power armor. So they eventually amassed enough followers to form their own town. The reason they needed a giant mutant sheriff was that all those different kinds of people couldn't get along all the time. The super mutants did the hard work in the mines. Ghouls processed the raw ore, and humans traded the product with other towns, because many places like Vault City wouldn't do business with mutants.
Or ghouls.
The Chosen One uncovered a plot to kill off the mutants by tampering with the mine's air purifier, and the mutants were plotting against the humans at the same time, too.
The Chosen One resolved the troubles in Broken Hills, kept the uranium flowing. It was an important part of the economy, until the mine ran out.
According to Marcus, it was good for a while after the Chosen One came, but once the mine had been scrapped clean, the townsfolk dispersed. Now Marcus lives in Nevada, a place called Jacobstown.
Looks like a nice place.
Named after his human friend who helped him found Broken Hills. Last I saw of him, he was trying to cure Nightkin mutants who lost their minds to Stealth Boy poisoning. And he was taking care of the unlucky mutants who lost their intelligence during the mutation process.
Old-timers in the Republic capital say they saw Marcus traveling with the Chosen One when she came there looking for Vault 13. By that time, the Chosen One's entourage of companions had grown even larger than the team that traveled with the Vault Dweller.
They had been joined by a ghoul named Lenny, and some stories say the Chosen One got married in some little village up in the north.
Several roads lead out of Dogtown. The android's not stupid enough to head straight east on the biggest highway.
I got an idea about where your android is heading, Ranger. Place in the capital wasteland, most likely.
A lot of territory between here and there.
Looks like we've got a long way to go.
Good thing you got a car.
And hopefully an endless supply of gas.
But they didn't find a way to say that is a story for another day.
It's true, they didn't.
Well, I'm disappointed whenever that they can't fit that in. Even if it's like within the episode, it doesn't have to be at the end of the episode. But at some point in the episode, they need to say it. Otherwise, it doesn't feel like a Fallout Storyteller series.
I mean, all of our characters basically have said it now at some point.
Yeah.
Except for Daisy.
Oh, Daisy.
I want Daisy to be able to say it.
Yeah. That'd be cool.
Right?
Hopefully they find a way to do that. So it looked like, so some of the super mutants can keep their intelligence. Others can't. Was the guy's pa who got killed in the mine, did he still have his intelligence? I mean, he was speaking, but like the way I saw it was, I mean, like after they basically turned him into a ghoul and he'd been locked in there for so long that they basically turned into like, I guess like into mutants, that he's not really like his dad anymore, right? Because he's just like somebody different. I mean, even if you were not a ghoul at that point, like just being trapped in there is going to change you.
Yeah, but I think from the kid's point of view, you can't let go of the fact that was your father, and probably still like are desperate to believe that he's in there somewhere.
Yeah, true. I guess so. But would blame the Enclave more than I'd blame the Savior. Or the Chosen One.
It actually was, I think, the Chosen One. I think we were right the first time, and then we went to the Savior. But yeah, I don't know. All hero stories and the different titles that they choose gets confusing.
Looks like the Luddites want us to know we're on their turf now. Anyway,
definitely a message.
Where was I?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I think I was going to tell you about the talking mole rat who had a fondness for cheese-flavored snacks.
Come on, Storyteller. That's the second time you've tried to convince me that mole rats can talk.
He tried to get me to believe he knew a guy with a tree growing out of his head.
Ah, yes,
Did.
Harold.
Yeah.
He was in Gecko at the same time as the talking mole rat. It was just a little stick growing out of his head back then.
Stick? Did he ever throw the stick?
Oh.
I will chase the stick.
Edna would like to point out that you don't have legs.
Edna's a bitch.
Wait, a week ago you told me that Harold lived in the den. Back when the Vault Dweller went there looking for a water chip.
Davey is sassy.
People move around.
Well, Edna's
Harold
been mean to her.
more than most.
Yeah.
Long life due to mutation usually means you meet a lot of people, and Harold is very, very old.
I am told I will live for a long time as well. I will miss you all when you are gone.
Whoa, that's a pretty dark thought, girl.
I am a disembodied brain with an onboard AI programmed to kill. Dark thoughts are kind of what I do. For instance, judging by Junior's old age and high-risk lifestyle, I estimate that he will expire in approximately 5.7 years.
Hey, I ain't that old.
Wow.
Okay, I'm pretty old.
I am detecting other nearby life forms that could possibly outlive me. But I stand the best chance at long-term survival. I am a gun, and people do not kill guns.
Guns kill people.
Yeah.
Damn. I can't believe I'm gonna say this. But can we talk more about Harold?
What's the matter, Ranger? All this talk about dying one day bumming you out.
Yeah.
So back to Harold. He and many of the ghouls from Necropolis moved north after the Master's army attacked Necropolis. By the late 2230s, many of them had settled in a place called Gecko. Right in the middle of town, there was a pre-war nuclear reactor that had been built by Poseidon Energy back when uranium was easy to come by, and atom mills were the wave of the future. Mining uranium and running a reactor were a bit more difficult after civilization collapsed. In 2241, Gecko's power plant generated enough power to keep the lights on, but it was leaking coolant, contaminating the water sources in Vault City. The leaders of Vault City actually had the means to fix Gecko's reactor, but they hated mutants and would sooner shoot the ghouls than help them. Harold was sort of the mayor of Gecko at the time, or more of an administrator. He wasn't quite a ghoul himself, but the people of Gecko were accepting of all sorts of oddballs. He had enough experience in his 170 years to know that any little town in the wasteland can cease to exist overnight, and his main concern was keeping Vault City from attacking. When the Chosen One came to Gecko
To do Vault City's dirty work.
regardless of why the Chosen One was there, Harold asked them to help get the reactor running in a more ecologically friendly fashion, hoping it would keep Vault City off their backs. The Chosen One also caught the eye of Harold's assistant, Lenny. Lenny had been in Necropolis 80 years earlier when the Vault Dweller was there. He had wanted to join the Vault Dweller's quest, but after a moment's hesitation, his opportunity was gone. Lenny had to wait 80 years for another chance to walk at a hero's side.
Wow.
Yeah.
But the opportunity did come eventually.
Jumped
When
in.
the Chosen One appeared in Gecko, it seemed like destiny had called twice. Marcus was downright happy to have a fellow mutant on the team. The other companions were tolerant, if not overjoyed, at having a smelly ghoul with them.
When I was tracking the Chosen One years ago, I went to Gecko. Some of the ghouls there said he murdered a fella just to get the part he needed to fix this car.
The Chosen One ran all over the state trying to find the right parts for this car. Might have done some questionable things to get the last of the highwaymen up and running again. Back then, it would have been a magnet for the dwindling auto market. In fact, when the Chosen One drove it into New Reno,
Let me guess. The second the Chosen One turned her back, those lawless reprobates in Reno stole it to sell for jet money.
pretty much,
Yeah.
the town greeter tipped off a local chop shop While the Chosen One was enjoying New Reno's nightlife, the highwayman was hauled off to be sold to a local crime boss.
Enjoying the nightlife, Reno was a blight on an already wasted land. The center of a network of murder, slavery, and drug dealing that plagued the North for miles around. A backstabbing, cutthroat adulterer like the Chosen One found more than recreation there. Plenty of work for someone willing to get their hands dirty. Ooh. Crime families bickering, jet junkies staggering around town. Even the local temperance union was run by a drunkard. The whole economy was a triangle. Gambling, whoremongering, and jet fumes.
That's a lot of puke.
You say your Chosen One was a hero. There's no reason why a decent person would ever set foot in that town willingly. Shame your Republic didn't roll in there and raze the place to the ground.
I gotta agree with you there, Junior. New Reno's been a boil on the NCR's backside ever since they emerged. And instead of lancing it, we let them join up.
Many of the Chosen One's adventures were documented in a popular erotic holovid that was produced in New Reno around the time they were in Reno. Some cinemaphiles claim that the movie used actual footage of the Chosen One.
Uh-huh. And you know this how?
I acquired a copy as part of my research into the history of the wasteland.
Nice work if you can get it.
Uh-huh. And I'm sure you read Cat's Paw for the articles.
Actually, one issue of Cat's Paw does have an in-depth article on the use of energy-based weapons. Anyway, the Chosen One couldn't dally indefinitely on their erotic journey from Modoc to Mariposa. The village of Arroyo was in need of the Garden of Eden creation kit. The best way to find one was way down south in a vault, not far from a little village that had once been called Shady Sands. But that is a story for...
Me! I grew up in Shady Sands, Storyteller. I'll take it from here. Here's a story about a girl and her robot dog.
Nice.
Oh, I'm excited for this episode.
Yeah, next episode's what you're all about.
Oh, yeah.
See, like this last time we did the two, like you were like, oh, you wanted to check out the one we did today.
Yeah, that's true.
So they leave good cliffhangers for this.
They very much do.
So was that an actual mission? Like, I mean, I saw like the Chosen One like doing a striptease or whatever. Is that something like you can do? And is this from Fallout New Vegas or is that from Fallout 2? So yeah, I'm curious about the different missions that they have in these.
So the Chosen One went on an erotic journey.
Yeah, an erotic journey.
Okay.
Also, I mean, again, Daisy steals the show with calling Edna a bitch.
Oh my God. That was shocking from her.
It was.
She's such a sweet puppy, and then she pulls out the B word. I mean, you brought up a good point. Edna's been pretty mean to her, and I'm sure she wants to have this memory of chasing after sticks, and Edna points out she doesn't have legs. That's truly a bitchy thing to do. So Daisy wasn't wrong. I'm just surprised.
Yeah, I was surprised as well. So it'll be fun seeing Helen do the story next time.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm curious in terms of getting, I think, the backstory that might inform her affinity for dogs and for Daisy.
Yeah.
I'm getting the vibe that we're going to learn a little more in depth into her relationship with dogs in the past.
Let us know what you thought about this down below in the comments. And if you want early ad-free access to our Fallout reactions, check out the description of this video. We're about a month ahead on Patreon. There's a link for that. And there's a link for our playlist for all of our Fallout reactions.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for checking out our reaction for Fallout Season 3, Episode 17 and 18, but just keep in mind
that our reaction is definitely not definitive.